Hello friends. In the previous class, we learned how to apply CSS, that is styles. So we have learned two types of styles, inline styles and internal styles, that is embedded style sheets. We have also seen the limitations of embedded style sheets. Like we have many web pages and we want some common style to get applied to all these web pages. Then we have to copy and paste all the embedded declaration blocks to every other web page. And when we do this, it increases the size of our website. But this limitation can be overcome if we learn or use external style sheets. So today we'll understand both theoretically and practically how to use external style sheets. Now, what is this external style sheet? We have understood what is style sheet. The word external tells us we have an external notepad or a new notepad or a separate file which will carry pure CSS. And that new notepad, that external notepad, will be saved with an extension of .css. Right? That means external style sheet is basically a .css file containing a list of declaration blocks. And in this .css file, we will define all the style rules. Style rules meaning the CSS syntax. And we will include that particular file into our HTML document. We'll create a relationship between them. Okay. So the CSS file will be linked to many web pages. If we want all these web pages to get similar styles, this one CSS file will be linked to many web pages to apply similar styles. So an external style sheet is generally used when we want to make changes to multiple pages. So it will facilitate to change the look of our entire website by making changes to one single CSS file. Let us discuss how to do this how to create this external CSS. Now, to create such external CSS file, we will add a new attribute called as link, where into our HTML structure. Okay, so I'll explain this to you. Observe, we have two notepads or any text editor, not necessary notepad, any text editor. Okay, so because we are using notepad, each time we mention it as notepad. So we have two notepads. One notepad will carry the general structure of HTML, which we have been learning till now. Correct? And this notepad will be saved with an extension of .html. Why? Because it carries the structure of HTML. It will be saved with an extension of .html. And the new notepad or the external file which we have created will carry only pure CSS. This new notepad will not carry any of the HTML tags. It will not carry any tags. It will only carry the general syntax of CSS. Okay, and the CSS syntax says we should have a selector and a declaration block. And the declaration block should carry property : value. Correct? So this new notepad will carry general CSS styles. And this notepad will be saved with an extension of .css. This file is saved with an extension of .html, and this new external file is saved with an extension of .css. Now, we need to create a relationship between both of them. And to do that, we will need a singular tag called as link. As it is a singular tag, it is closed in this manner. This link tag is placed in the header section, that is between the head and the head close of my HTML file, correct? Because the header section will be only in this particular file, HTML file. So in the HTML notepad, the header section will carry a new tag, a singular tag called as link. So how do we create external style sheet? We will create two notepads. One will have normal HTML structure. The second will have pure CSS syntax. And both these notepads will be linked to each other using a link element or a link tag in the header section. So let us understand the attributes of link tag. This link tag has 4 attributes, but we are supposed to learn only 3 attributes: type, REL and href. The type attribute takes in value as text or CSS. We have already seen the type attribute with the style tag. In case of internal CSS, the style tag is used in the header section, and the style tag has a compulsory attribute called as type. And the type attribute takes in value text or CSS. Now, why text or CSS? This CSS file, external file which we are creating, will carry what? It will carry the general syntax of CSS. And our CSS syntax is made up of a selector, property, value. So selector means the name of the tag. So if it is a P tag, then the name of the tag is P and P is a pure text. Correct? And property, value. I'll go back and show you. Okay. Color, red. This is property, value. Correct? And this is what? This is CSS. So what we are doing in our external file, we are either using text or we are writing some CSS, correct? So my type of link what I am creating between the HTML and the CSS file is, it is either a text or a CSS. The second attribute is href, that is hyperlink reference. We all are familiar with this attribute. This attribute has a value which is returned as a URL. URL means uniform resource locator. That is the address of a file. Where is it located? Correct. Address of a file means we want to apply this CSS to this HTML file. Correct. And to apply that, in this HTML file, we have to mention from which CSS file are we taking the properties or the CSS declarations. So in our HTML file, we will write href is equal to, here we will write the name of the CSS file. Okay. See, specifies the name of the style sheet having style rules. And this is a compulsory, required means this is a compulsory attribute. And this URL will always have an extension of .css. And the last one is relationship. REL stands for relationship. So if I have a HTML file and a CSS file, and I'm applying this CSS to this HTML file, what kind of relationship is being created? We are creating style sheets, correct? Using this external file, we are creating style sheets. So the relationship between the HTML file and the CSS file is style sheet. So the value for REL attribute is style sheet, correct? I have placed an example here. The text you can read it later. This example, what I did, I have created a notepad where an HTML structure is written, and this HTML structure had only extra as 2 H2 tags with some text. Okay. And I saved it with the name example.html. I opened another notepad. There I have written some CSS code. What code? I want to give a style to the H2 tag. So my selector is H2, curly brackets open. property colon value, color colon red. That means I wish to apply red color to this text. And how will this HTML file know that this text should become red? So I have used a link tag inside the head tag with all the attributes. See, hrefs equal to, from where am I taking the style? From style.css. I've mentioned the file name here. And when we observe the output, we will see that both these text will be displayed in H2 size as well as in red color. Correct? Now, we will observe practically how to do it. I have created some 2-3 notepads with normal HTML structure and some text. I did not want to waste time, so I've already returned few tags and text. You will not find any formatting here. I've used simple p tag, font tag, t tag, division tag. I'll explain division later when we come to the topic. Some p tag. Again, I've created in similar 3 notepads and all the text is different. See, 1 p tag, 2 p tag, 3 p tag. If you want, I'll remove this p tag. Okay, Control S. And another notepad with some 2 p tag, 2 division and 1 font tag. Okay, so let us start working here. Now what I want to do, I want to apply CSS. I want to apply external CSS to this notepad. So what should I do? Create a new notepad, right? So I have opened a new notepad. I will save it in the same folder where my previous files are saved. Okay. And this notepad will not carry any HTML tags. It will not carry any tags of HTML. Then what will it carry? It will carry general CSS. So I want to apply style to which tag? To p tag. So my selector is p, curly brackets open. Which style I want to apply? I want to give a color. So I'll say color yellow. Okay, semicolon. I also want to give background color. So I'll say background dash color. What should I say? Say pink. Okay. Okay. Only this much I'll do. Right. Now, I have written some CSS here. Okay. If it is not visible, I'll put enter. Enter. You can write it in this manner also. I've told you. So I need to close it with a semicolon. Save. Control S. Right. This is my external CSS file, which is having these rules of CSS. And I want to apply it in this notepad. Which notepad? See, observe the output. Observe. No formatting features applied, correct? Some text is displayed. See, external style1.html. Observe the notepad, external style1.html. Okay. I want to apply that CSS to this web page. How will I do it? In the header section, use a singular tag called as link. Correct? And the link tag has which attribute? Type equal to text or CSS. It has an attribute relationship equal to what we are doing, creating style sheets. Another attribute href. So what will be the value for href? This is an HTML file, correct? And it is saved with external style1.html. To this file, we want to apply CSS. What is the file name? Style.css. So what should I write here? Style.css and save and refresh the browser window. Observing all the 3 p tags. See, we had 3 p tags here, correct? So all the 3 p tags have a pink background and a yellow text. Correct? Now, we will apply style to the remaining tags also. Remaining means we have one font tag, one div tag. Let us format these two. So how do I format it? Here, my selector should be font font. Curly brackets open. I want to give the color to the text. I will say maroon. Okay. I want to give it a border. So I'll say border width, say 3 pixels. I want to give a good border color. Border, I'll say green. Then I want to give a good style to the border. Border style, I'll say inset. Enough. Okay. Close the curly brackets. I also want to apply style to the div tag. So my selector is div, curly bracket open. What style you want to apply? Say font I want to apply. So I'll say font style. I want it italicized. So I'll say italic. These are new to children, but we will learn them slowly once we finish all the 3 types of style sheets. Okay. Font style I've mentioned, italic. Then I will decorate the text and I will say the text decoration colon. We have the values as underline, overline. I will say underline, semicolon. I want to give spaces between each and every alphabet, each and every character. So it is called as, the property is called as letter spacing. I want to give 5 pixels. Let's observe how much it is. And enough. Close. So I'll save the changes. I'll open the notepad and again save, make whatever changes I've done there, I'll save it here. Correct? And let us observe the output. Observe. Okay. So see the P tag, all the 3 P tag with pink background and yellow color. Correct? Then what happened? The font is, okay, I'll put it down. Okay. Look at font, what we have written. Maroon, border width, border green, and border size. See, observe. Okay. Look. Then we have division tag. We have given letter spacing, underline, and italicized. Okay, italic is not working. Why? I made a mistake here. Now it will work. Control S and observe the output. Italicized, correct? Okay. Want to change the, want to observe outset I'll give, and instead of green I will say gold. Control S, and this text, if it is not readable, I'll make it dark and say BLUE blue. Okay, now observe the changes. Correct? Right? So we are able to understand how external CSS should be applied. Now what we did, we created one single notepad where we have written all the formatting features, and we have applied that formatting features to our first notepad, correct? HTML file using a link tag. I want this same formatting features to be applied to all my notepads. So what should I do? Correct. Copy the, easy. Now I should only copy the link, and where should I paste it? Here in the header section, correct? And observe the output, children. I'm refreshing the second one. See, observe, correct? Again, I should paste it in the third notepad and observe the output now. Right? So first notepad, this is the first external CSS file. See, this is the title which I have placed between the title bar, and this is the address bar displaying the name of the file. Correct? Second web page, third web page. Now all of my web pages will look similar. Still, if it is not clear, I'll show you. I'll apply a small body tag. I'll apply background color. All my 3 pages should come with the same color. I'll give a light color, say, okay, if you want, I'll give a color CYAN, cyan. Okay, I have not written it in this manner, one below the other, but this will also work. Save, and all the 3 browsers correct? External style sheet second, external style sheet 3. Observing. So what did we observe? Easy, correct? This was a better way to work with CSS, right? What did we observe? When we make changes to one single CSS file and we link that to n number of hundreds or thousands of files, all the HTML pages will get affected or will get that particular style. So let us observe again. See, I have one CSS file and I have many HTML files. This style sheet will control the design or the look of all these web pages. What should happen? All these web pages or HTML pages should include the link tag with the proper style.css extension. To make it more clear, I again tried it using a different code. Okay. And I have written some text here. Children can read it slowly. The real power of using an external style sheet is that multiple web pages on our site can link to the same style sheet. Okay. I hope the external style sheet is clear to everyone, right? I've made a small comparison between the internal and the external style sheets. When will we use internal style sheets? When we want to work with very small websites, which has maybe only one web page, correct? Or when we have a website with 10 pages and you want all the 10 pages to look different, then you can use internal style sheets. And when we will use external, when we have 10 pages or 100 pages and we want all the 100 pages to look similar, then we will use external style sheets. See, external style sheets are better for multi-page websites that need to have a uniform look and feel to all the pages. What it will do if we use it in this manner? Our websites will load, web pages will load faster because of less redundancy. Redundancy means you must have observed the code. It is so easy to read this code, correct? When we were working with inline, every tag had the complete CSS structure, which made the web page look complicated, right? It will allow designers to make site-wide changes quickly and easily. Okay. I've mentioned the differences between inline, embedded, that is internal, and external style sheet. You can note it down slowly. So I'm not going to read it out. When we want to apply inline, a brief, let us wind up here by understanding all the three together. When we want to apply inline styles, we will use style as an attribute, where inside each and every tag of HTML, we can use style as an attribute, even into the body tag, correct? Second is embedded or internal style. We will use a pad tag style in the header section. This style tag will have an attribute, text or CSS. And as style is a pad tag, in between the pad tag, we will declare the CSS declaration or the CSS syntax, that is selector property value, correct? And when we want to work with external style sheets, we will have two notepads. One will have pure CSS and the second will be HTML file. Okay. I've also listed the differences using a small image, right? So for today, we will stop here. And with this, I'll leave a question for all the children. You can note down the question and answer the question. Okay. Before I do that, a very important point to remember. These CSS files, Okay, in case of external style sheets, these CSS files which we have created, those files, the browser can never execute those files. That means the CSS files cannot be directly executed on the web browser. Why? Because web browsers by default support only .html files as exe. Okay. So what we need to do? We need to integrate those files into our HTML files. Correct? This is a very important point. Everyone should note it. So we have learned in today's class to apply all the 3 styles to our web pages. Right? Now my question is, please note down the question and answer. If we apply all the 3 styles to a web page, then which style will get applied to which tag? I'll repeat the question again. If we apply all the 3 styles to a single web page, then which style will get applied to which tag? Okay. So we'll stop here and meet in the next class. Good day to all of you and thank you for watching the video.